on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are
in effect. You know what was really good about today, though, man? You got the beautiful sun out before that nice
Victory
brisk
Day.
cold comes in.
Victory Day.
You know, Jake Sorensen's usually cool, calm, and collective. You know what I'm saying? Tomahawk, DP just showed me a tomahawk. But what's really, really good is I saw Jake get he was a little spicy. Jake got a little spicy. Jake, I didn't know you had that in you. You know what I'm saying? Jake act like he had a couple shots of Hennessy and some Hypnotic. Yeah, we're going to get him some hen dog. We're down here at the Mercato, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients. I'm looking at this beautiful butcher shop, 84th and Havelock. Beautiful day. You're about to have a weekend of NFL football and obviously some college sports with Huskers as well. We got some reads we got here. Special for today. Buy 6 hamburger patties, get 6 free. Offer is available only for the 2 hours that we are here. So if you're driving home on your commute, turn around, call home and say, I got to go do something. You got to come down to 84th and Havelock, the Mercado certified Piedmontese in the butcher shop. You get 6 patties and 6 free. So look, when you're watching football and you got your friends over, if you do have 11 friends, or if you only have 6 and everybody eats 2 burgers,
6 big boys.
There you go. You feeding everybody for half the price. It's open the Mercado is open 7 days a week, 8 to 8 p.m. You get cuts of meats like porterhouse, T-bone, boneless New York strip, filet mignon, the tomahawk, cowboy ribeyes, and many, many more. They got pork chops in there. They got seafood, their own spices, their own sauces. Now the pleasantries are over. Now it's on. Jake, you know what? I wonder if they have neck bones in there.
I don't think I saw that. You know what?
Jake,
they might.
Jake, have you ever had neck bones? Yeah, he has not went to level 3 of his brotherism class.
Well, he needs to get to the cookout first.
Yeah.
Like he's got to go to a cookout first.
We got to get him some cabbage and greens, and then we'll get him with the neck bones.
Get him to
a
a black barbershop.
Yeah, Jake got a nice grade of hair. I think I could take him and get him faded up.
Right, they could take him there.
Just try something new, Jake.
Make him wear his Dan Marino jersey while he's there. So
yeah. So they know he's for real. Right? He can't come in there with a Jay Fiedler jersey or Ray Lucas.
No, he coming in with David Woodley.
Yeah, yeah, right. He come in there with a Joey Harrington or somebody like that. He'd be all good, man. But
he'd have one of them David Archer jerseys. Sitting in the back.
Oh man, you know what? Though,
I would get you a Don Strock jersey. I would actually rock the Don.
Just get him a Bob Greasy jersey, but just have Jake wear them Bob Greasy glasses, though. You know what's great? You know what's crazy? Speaking of Bob Greasy, his son's the quarterback coach at San Francisco.
Which son?
I don't know.
Brian.
Brian Greasy went from calling NFL games.
I thought he was still calling games.
No, he took the quarterback job with the San Francisco 49ers. I saw him. He's got the flow going. I think that's what they call it.
Right.
When they grow their hair out there, it looked like a shag, old school shag.
He's being a rebel.
Look, man, for him, you got to give him props, as we're kind of bouncing around. And, you got 4 teams left, man. This is kind of like if it's basketball, this is semifinals. This is the Final Four. This is the creme de la creme. All your dreams. I mean, if granted, as the NFL, to make it to the NFL, and then obviously you want to be able to get, compensated well. But this time right now, it's all about trying to win a Super Bowl. It could be a life-changing 3-week run because you got this week, then you get 2 weeks before you play this, playing the Super Bowl. I know from experience, to be in, playing the NFL, for, a little while and, get to the playoffs. It's a different feeling. You're definitely jealous because you just, you get there and it is winner take all. And those games are generally decided by one or two, either plays or coaching decisions. You just never know if you're going to get back. I was enough to go from here in Nebraska where we were winning and going in for, obviously they were winning for franchise before I got there. The first couple of years, and slowly but surely it dissipated up until recently. Buffalo had been on a drought, so you're used to always being really good in college. And I remember Henry Jones telling me, about when we, don't think it's that easy to get back the next year. Yeah, right. I'm just coming from college. We get in the playoffs. Oh, okay. We lost, but we'll be back next year. Still got Hall of Famer players and Pro Bowl players at that time. We still had ascending players, and by the time I got traded down to Houston, we had a new head coach, new GM, and we were horrible that year. And then you go down to Houston, and as much as you're a competitor and the defense was really good, if you don't have an offense, and that in that day and time, you don't have a chance to make it to the postseason. So, and then I made it the last couple of years with 1-year deals with San Francisco and New York, but that's a totally different type of deal because you were right at the finish line of your NFL career, and so I'm sure there's a lot going through these players' minds, and a lot of anxiety, and they're looking forward to the opportunity. I mean, when you think about the Huskers in this situation, where Cam Taylor-Britt, you got to be excited for him to go from 4 years of losing at Nebraska, get there, and get into a good culture in the locker room, teaching him hopefully how to be a pro, winning, having some success. So hopefully, he can be a part of something in the, from years to come that he can take from his learning lessons for this year with Cincinnati, and wish him all the best going into Kansas City.
It's going to be the big story is the ankle. The ankle.
Yeah, he's going to be all right, man.
What
he did?
You've been around it, so tell us what happened.
What he
to make
did?
This thing.
There's different grades of high ankle sprains. If he had, like the one where he had to have a surgery and they had to do a quick surgery, that'd be a lot different versus like one where he was able to come back and play. I saw him at his press conference on Wednesday. He wasn't really limping. He was out there practicing, warming up. I think Patrick Mahomes, he has such a handle on that offense, and there's such continuity, oddly enough, between Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, and him. They'll have a game plan for the best case scenario, and then they'll have a game plan if he has to be a pocket passer, and he's the best at either. And I think he'll really be picky and choosy when he decides to take off, if he does. But I look for Kansas City to play a different. I'd hope that they would try to play a different game. Physically, try to run the ball. Take the pressure off of the quarterback. A little bit more ball control in their passing game, and then try to exploit some of the issues that Cincinnati has had at times at their second level. And so there was plays to be made for Buffalo. Last week they just didn't do it, and also Cincinnati made the plays they need to be. I talked about earlier in the week where Cam Taylor-Britt made the play on Gabe Davis, who big play Gabe or big game Gabe, for Buffalo. If he makes that, it's a totally different game, and I think Buffalo might try to get get it going where they can win it. Cam Taylor-Britt finishes through the echo of the whistle, breaks up the pass, and so I think the ankle, obviously, he's a little bit compromised, but also I think they know as much as Patrick Mahomes is a big part of their success, they know, well, first of all, if he's playing, he's going to be ready to play. Second of all, if he's not, or he have to sit out, have to get reevaluated, Chad Henne has shown you in the biggest moments, he can drive them 98 yards, not once, but twice. So there is really no letdown when it comes to this type of system. And Andy Reid has showed you he can, and this is what, if I was Cincinnati, I would really study when Chad Henne was in there. Now, it's been few and far between, but he's not as mobile as Patrick Mahomes. And therefore, you're going to see some of those play calls, that type of maybe a little bit more running attack and those type of run plays, those type of pass plays, because that's the quarterback that you're going to probably most likely get. Now, it's not Patrick Mahomes. I'm talking about the plays. Mm-hmm. So, I think Kansas City's in a good position. It's going to come down to how well Kansas City's defense plays against, Joe Burrow and those guys. And can they play better in the red zone than they have in the last 3 games?
What, for you, is the thing that allows Joe Burrow to walk in swagger? He's 3-0 against Mahomes, 3-0 against KC. Yeah. What is it that Burrow does that shows up in big games?
Well, I mean, first of all, he's a superstar quarterback. So he has the arm strength that you need. He has the smarts. He loves football. Um, and he has leadership skills. He's a guy's guy. Where he's there with with the guys. And that's where his swag comes from because of the work that he's put in and where he's had to, come from and always be constantly overlooked. Won Ohio Player of the Year, got overlooked by Nebraska the first time. Goes to Ohio State and feels that he's better than quarterbacks that he ended up being better than, but he didn't get really a true chance from Urban Meyer. Now, granted, when he was in the quarterback competition, he had a knee issue. So Dwayne Haskins was the quarterback. Now he goes down to LSU because Nebraska overlooked him again. So he has a chip on his shoulder. He hasn't forgot. And then he goes on to LSU, and obviously, the rest is history. He goes from like a mid-round pick to the number one pick. Wins the Heisman, I think, right? And then he goes to Cincinnati. Now he's reaping the rewards of Cincinnati being crappy. Now, let's be honest. You got him. You got a number one receiver that fell to them in the second round, in T. Higgins. You got Jamar Chase. You got a number one receiver, and then drafted really well with Boyd, who's their number three receiver, who's also a number one receiver. These are legit number one receivers that he had, three of them. And then also they were able to get Joe Mixon in the second round after he had the off-the-field issue at Oklahoma.
People missed on.
They missed on him a little bit of certain. Now, granted, he was suspended because he had an altercation with the young lady at the bar, but he still had a really good year. And then when it came down to the draft, that was kind of holding him back. But Cincinnati looked at it. It's a one-time thing. He did what he needed to do. And he's first-round talent. He was the best running back in that draft. They got him in the second round. So now when you roll out with Joe Burrow, right, a guy that welcomes playing for Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Most guys don't want to go to Cincinnati, but the deal was already done. Cincinnati knew what they needed to do. And finally, the Brown, their owner, didn't have to hold out in training camp, so forth. And I think he signed a week after the draft. So now you got a franchise quarterback that has all the intangibles that you need, three number one receivers, a legit running back, which is, one of the top, 5 or so running backs, and drafted decently well across the line, offensive line, but they've been injury prone. But then they went out in free agency and did, remedy that. Now, Joe Burrow and those guys, because they throw the ball deep so much, have a little bit higher sack numbers. But the first 2 weeks of the season, they were 0-2. He was getting sacked a lot. And then they, after the Cowboy game, and then obviously lost, I think, the first game to Pittsburgh. But what they did was they changed their schemes up a little bit. The continuity started to kick in because of no training camp, shorter preseason, not a lot of pads. The offensive line started to catch their second wind, I like to say. And they only end up having 38 sacks while he was a quarterback. So it's the perfect storm for him, and that's why Cincinnati has to really hit on getting the Super Bowl in this next, this playoff run, and one for sure next year, and maybe the next one, because Jamar Chase will be coming up for a new contract. T. Higgins is going to be up for a new contract, and so will Boyd. So if you lose one of those, unless you draft again, then so forth and so on. But the continuity has to be there. So Joe Burrow always will have a number one receiver. They'll make sure of that. But this is the time, even on the defense. When you think of Wilson, 45 or 55, their linebacker, who is a Pro Bowl player and ascending player as well, he's on a rookie deal. Cam Taylor-Britt's on a rookie deal, obviously very young. You're getting the most out of Eli Apple, where he's kind of found a home and showing that somewhat of a, first round capabilities. Bates,
leadership.
Leadership will come from their safety Bates, whose contract is on the franchise tag. So all these guys that need to get paid, deservedly so, is going to take away what the team that you're having. And so right now, Cincinnati is right where they're at, where you have Patrick Mahomes, his deal came through and they couldn't, sign Tyreek Hill. So that's where his swag comes from, but he's a great player and, he's a tough kid. And he has everything that you want. He's a little bit more of an old school type of quarterback. He loves football. He's focused. and he plays for the right reasons. He's not obviously he's a superstar. He has a swag and the name Joe Shiesty or whatever it is, but he's a very good. He's a great teammate as well, and that's how you are able to galvanize for the most part, losing franchise with a losing culture. Granted, Marvin Lewis did really, really good, but I'm just talking about the holistic culture of the Cincinnati Bengals. With one guy can come in and change it, and that's what you need. You need a true franchise quarterback. John Kidna wasn't it. Red Raider wasn't a franchise quarterback. They were good quarterbacks, but he's a great quarterback, and that's what happens when you do it. And then also, he's upped the ante as far as what leadership has to do. The GM, not only the facilities, how you treat the players, how your offseason is. He's changing all that just by his pure presence and willingness to step out and speak on behalf of his team because he wants to win at all costs. And that's what you're seeing right now.
And it shows up all week long from all the reports that what Burrow is doing off the field shows up in several different ways. The locker room is a better locker room.
Right.
Film studies a better session. They're actually learning and getting from it. We'll throw it to break because a couple of things in play. One, we'll let you guys know. Of course, you can reach out to us on the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. You can follow us on the live video stream. It's up. Brought to you by Starter Heyman, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. Also, in the next 2 hours, a couple of things. Now, that's the 6 burgers, buy 6, get 6 free. But if you come in before 6, we're going to give away a signed Mike Rozier jersey. All you have to do is come in, put your name in the box, and somebody at 6 o'clock will have this jersey.
Right.
Somebody today will walk out with this Mike Rozier jersey. Now, nothing else is required for you. Come in, put your name in the box, and the guys will take care of you. I'm going to get out of the way so we can elevate the conversation. I didn't speak to defenses because I wanted you and Coach Wilhite to talk about the 4 defenses over the course of this weekend.
Right.
You're going to see 4 different types of play, 4 different style of play, 4 different levels of stars, and as much as we want to talk about quarterbacks, the defense will determine how this thing plays out.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll throw it a break. When we come back live from the Mercato, it'll be Jay Foreman and the coach, Kenny Wilhite. We'll come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercato by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercato offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercato serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercato today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500. Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It wasn't football. Coming in, can't 50 Cent. We had to be put in the book shop. Back here, Old School, Kenny Wilhite. And here with me, Jay Form, the Mercato certified Piedmontese, 84 block. Got a short segment here, about 8 minutes. We're going to talk about playoff, Kenny. As you look at all 4 of these defenses, right? Philly, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Kansas City. I'm going to ask you, what do you think the going theme is of all 4 of them, why they've been successful? And then give me one defense you think will stick out this weekend. And when we talk on, next time we like Monday, be like, yeah, that's why they're going to the Super Bowl.
They've all been playing aggressive.
Right.
They don't sit back on their heels. They take the
fight to
them.
Right.
They all got good front 4.
Yep.
So I think that's what they've been doing, and I think that's what they will continue to do.
Right. And what defense do you think will take a hold of this championship game and be talked about more than all, these 4 quarterbacks that generally get all the news and all the social media attention?
I'm leaning towards Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very aggressive. They've been playing
pretty consistent all year.
Very, very consistent.
Under the radar, too.
Under the radar.
Right.
The Chiefs have laps.
Yeah. Big laps.
Big laps.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Cincy. I think their defense is going to stand out.
Right. Yeah. The one thing people don't understand or don't really give Cincy enough credit for, because in the last segment we talked about Joe Burrow and his, he has 3 number 1 receivers, A1 running back. When the offensive line is healthy, one of the better offensive lines, especially towards the end of the year. And then obviously, 2 good tight, or has a Pro Bowl tight end, and also has a really good backup. Is that their defense is the reason why they got to the Super Bowl last year. Their defense is the reason why they're 3-0, or Cincinnati, while Joe Burrow's there, is 3-0 against Kansas City. They do a really good job of disguising their blitzes, and then also blitzing to make you do something that you don't want to do. And I think when you talked about the front four, and for people out there listening, when you watch Cincinnati in this Kansas City game, watch how this front four is aggressive, efficient, but then also they manipulate the situation for the quarterback. Because here's an example for Josh Allen, right? They knew Josh Allen, once he saw a big gap, he was going to go. But actually, they always had one guy that would spy on him that got in his vision. Then, therefore, he had to pull it, and there's nowhere to go, right? And then also there's times where they'll run a different either stunt or blitz to get you to roll out to one side of the field, which normally plays into the hands of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. But what people don't understand is that cuts off the other half of the field. So in Buffalo's case, if Stephon Diggs is on the left side, we get you to roll out to the right
side.
Thank you. It's just a humanly impossible throw. And so Cincinnati's defense is going to be the one that's really going to stand out. If my pick will be, I'm going to say San Francisco. And
I was going to lean towards them.
I'm reluctant to say it because Philly got 2 number 1 receivers and a dog at tight end. And to be honest with you, San Francisco and Philly have the 2 best offensive lines.
Yes.
So you're going to not be able to be dominant.
Yes.
Whereas I think Cincinnati can be a little bit more dominant against, it's weird saying this, against Patrick Mahomes, because one, they know each other, and they can watch 3 games. And what you know how it is, Kenny, when we're watching tape, when you're going up against a receiver and you got 4 or 5 games of dominance, he ain't running no new routes.
He's not running new routes.
He ain't getting he's not going to grow 2 inches taller.
Nope.
He ain't going to get faster. So you going in there, you have that mental edge. That's where Cincinnati could dominate. But I look for San Francisco to probably be close to Cincinnati as far as stepping out there. It's going to be interesting to me to see how Jalen Hurts handles a defense like San Francisco.
Yes.
This is a different animal that he's never seen anything like this before. And because you got first of all, you got the defensive player of the year that's going to be bringing it.
Yes.
Bosa. But them linebackers that they got, them dudes is faster than him, and they bring that hat.
They trying to take your head
right.
off.
And everybody, the corners too, will try you. And I always tell jokes about the DBs. About you. Here's the thing about DBs in the NFL, right? Now I want you to say this: they enjoy being in the meetings when you guys get somebody.
Yes.
Right. That's what y'all live for. Be honest. That's what y'all live for, because you want to be sitting in meetings and like, yeah, watch this. I get it.
I got it.
Yeah. But that's the difference between college and the pros. You keep running around, you get caught slipping. And you get put to sleep. And that make a DB whole day
mindset change. Everything changes.
Yeah, he start flexing and all that. Yeah, they
swelling up.
Yeah, they think they linebackers and stuff now, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited for it. It's you don't have the normal Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Nope.
Nothing like that, man. So it's going to be interesting to see, who really steps out to the forefront, and can Cincinnati really do something that's never done before? Really, Kenny, I don't know if you know, is like the teams that usually lose the Super Bowl, a lot of times don't make the playoffs because of the letdown, let alone get back.
That's coaching.
Yeah, and it's culture.
Coaching, and culture.
Right, and You know, the good thing about a team like Cincy, they're still so young. They don't know. They just ball until they fall.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing different, man. We just lost it. Smoke a couple cigars. They just be kicking it. They
having
too much fun.
Well, I wouldn't say
Not too much fun.
they've earned the right to do it.
Right. They pushing buttons. And they pushing everybody.
Everybody.
Right? Yeah. But they welcome it. Right. But it's not arrogant.
No.
It's just confidence because of what they've brought, and it starts with Zach Taylor. And the one thing I like to watch, I'm gonna ask you this: I like watching coaches how they move, how they operate throughout the game. And the one thing I learned or just about him is he's got some stuff to him that it doesn't look like it. He just looks like all shucks, kind of real quiet reserve.
Quiet reserve.
Ultra competitive.
Very.
Feisty, fearless, and tough, right? Then you look at their players. So what he does is this. Here's a tricky thing that he doesn't. He should be up for Coach of the Year because here's what he does. He has the parameters that he wants to do. They're a disciplined team, not a high penalty team. You'd think a team that has that type of swagger would be like the Raiders.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
More penalties.
A lot of penalties. You know, they know the parameters to go through to where they can, you know, the box or the lines they need to be within. Just stay within and just be yourself.
Stay within those lines.
And we talk about how important it is for a coach, either position coach, analyst, or whatever, right? To let each player be themselves.
It's very important. What I always said, though, but you need to play with controlled aggression.
Right.
Controlled aggression.
Right.
I want you to be you, but play with controlled aggression. Right. I don't want to take your tenacity, your passion away from you. I want you to be you, but within the confines of the defense or the offense.
Yeah, and because that's huge because you want to be out there. If you could, you know it, and I know it. When you can play free, and you know you're playing for a bigger purpose, you won't go over the edge at least more than once, for the betterment of the team. But if you can play free, and you know your coach believes in you, you actually have like an armor built around you that they don't even know. And see, that's what people don't understand, and that's because we were fortunate enough to have coaches that cared about us, right? And I truly believe this coaching staff actually cares about their players because you see it, right?
Yes.
You see it.
You see
it in their leadership. You see it in Trey Hendrickson. You see it in Hubbard. You see those guys at tempo setters.
Yep.
If somebody's going too far, hey, chill out, man. And it's done right there. That's great, man.
But that's every great team, though.
Right.
That's every.
So they're doing everything that everybody was doing, but the thing is, them doing it with such a young team starts with Zach, right? And you got to think, Zach, like he was steadfast in that first year where they thought like he was going to be a 1 year one and done.
One and done.
Joe Burrow got hurt. He said, "Hold, pump the brakes now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to still win a couple games, but when we get that dude back, we're about to set it off." And so now you're seeing what his vision is. So that's a good segment there with Kenny. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. I'm going to have a quick question for Kenny to talk about what it's like to be in a room getting ready to play for a championship versus not playing for, when you're playing for a regular season game. We'll be back. Old School, Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, live from the Mercato. We'll be back really shortly here.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you Go Big Red!
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
Joint pain can affect your quality of life and even be debilitating. Perhaps you've had trouble walking or even performing activities as simple as sitting down and standing up for years. There is good news thanks to QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics can assist with all types of pain in the knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints, whether due to an underlying chronic condition or a recent or even former accident or sports injury. Call QC Kinetics in Lincoln today at 402-205-4270 or go to qckinetics.com.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, right. I forget this. I remember this is the first MTV video.
Yeah,
you know, MTV, it'd be on like constant twice an hour at the beginning of the hour, the end of the hour. We got a short segment here. Kenny, we got some, I won't say the name. Well, I guess the text line, Horny for Huskers, is asking about the recruitment of Dylan Raiola under Frost and the rumors, if you want to touch on that. You don't have to touch
the
it.
recruitment
Of Dylan.
Raiola.
Pretty much they talking about how he messed it up.
Yeah, he fumbled.
Yeah, he fumbled.
He fumbled.
So there you go, Horny for Husker. He answered your question without answering it, but it's back. Got a little bit of life. Mickey brought back the life, though. This is what people don't understand is you guys, when you guys took it, here's the thing is that I noticed is that you guys not only brought life back into the program because your role changed a little bit, but then also you brought life back into the recruiting. While you guys were coaching and trying to win games and, and all that stuff.
With everything that was going on.
Everything was going on with no guarantee, odds stacked against you and for the betterment of the university. And that's what, in this segment here is, Nebraska's always, it's weird is that Nebraska's always had guys that are for the university before themselves. You obviously included. That's where I think where sometimes, miss the boat where when you come here, I guess an outsider, you need to understand the Nebraska way. I hope that's being portrayed enough to understand there's a certain way you got to win here, whether you like it or not. It could be 2040, or 2060, where we long gone or whatever, 2080. It ain't going to change.
The university's going to be there. When you and I are gone, it's going to be there.
Right. And that's what the players need to understand. That's why it's different here. And that's why but at the end, you get to reap a lot of stuff, NIL, attention, and all the stuff that they like, social media and all when they go out. I'm sure they, everybody knows who they are, but also there's much expected of you and it's not fair, but that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. That's the Nebraska way.
Right.
If you come in with the mind frame of that it's about the university and not yourself, you'll be fine.
Right.
And the kids, don't forget about that.
Sure.
Ultimately, it's about the kids.
You're right, because that's where the wins and losses are going to come from.
Wins and losses come from. You have to put the kids in the university first.
Right. You do that, and you'll be okay. And I think they always say right now, whoever is playing here and coaching here, it's easy. They getting paid a ton of money. Expectations is low. I'm like, dang, this is all you got to do. A bowl game? I could come out the games, man. I bring the triple option back or something. I would find whatever offense that likes to go against, and that's what I'm running.
Well, it's tough to go against defend anyway.
Period.
Because you only get 3-4 days.
Right.
That's not enough.
And once you go to some of them offensive line, I've been chopping cats down, blocking like no other.
The rules change now. Got to be straight up.
Yeah, but the Bob flash up, cut them down. Be tripping them or something. Some guys on the ground.
You gotta have some guys.
We need some gaps.
We need some holes.
Yeah, some holes closing up late in the season. Yeah, man, it's time. That's the first hour goes by. We're gonna come back in the next hour, and we're gonna get your picks in the first long segment for who's gonna win. We're gonna do the for sure picks. So what we do is pick, and then obviously Jake and Nate and Nick and Rico all judge us on our picks, man. Generally, Kenny always be winning. Just like
win.
Yeah, I've been telling people if you want to make some money, man, I'm the money maker. You know what I'm saying? But you know who I ain't? I ain't like that dude that came out the back of the truck talking about where the money resides. That ain't me.
That's not you.
No, that ain't me. No. Mary had a little lamb over here. You can get a lamb chop in there, but you ain't getting it from Jay Foreman, man. Oh man. Kitty Wilhite, Jay Foreman, live for the Mercato, old school. We'll be back at the top of the hour. We're going to get our locked in concrete picks for championship weekend and then try to predict the Super Bowl winner as well. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercato by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercato offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercato serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercato today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Every child has the ability to be successful and thrive in life, but sometimes they need your help. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lincoln exists to help children unlock their potential by making meaningful matches between adult volunteers and young people. Right now, there are children just waiting for a mentor to step up and make an impact in their lives. Learn more online at bbbslincoln.org. There are kids right here in Lincoln waiting to get started. Volunteer today and start something big.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercato by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I ain't heard this.
Right there, remember MTV Rap? Yeah, we be hitting it.
He used to hit that dance.
Yeah, what you know about that, man?
Come on, bro.
It's old school
Old
for real,
school.
man. The intro music is definitely 1980s and 90s. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite, we're down at the Mercato, Certified Piedmontese. Special ingredients, a butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. today for another hour. We had one customer come in that stopped in, turned around, probably caused a little bit of a traffic jam. We got 6 hamburger patties. You buy 6 hamburger patties, you get 6 free, only available to 6 p.m. You come in and put your name in. You could get a signed Mike Rozier jersey down at the Mercato. It's open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can get cuts like the Porterhouse, T-bone, boneless New York strip, filet mignon, like I like to say. That's courtesy of Bobby Collins. I used to call him Bobby Boucher Collins. He's a draft pick with me from North Alabama. He used to call it filet mignon, and he called it champagne champel.
Wow, champagne.
Tomahawk steaks, cowboy ribeyes, and many more. They got seafood, their own spices, sauces, single take-home size meals, family-sized meals, frozen and ready to eat. Now we are back into it. Now is we should name this the concrete picks that we're doing here, Kenny. So that we got the 2 games where every week we like to pick them. You can go first. Cincinnati goes into the Lions Den in Kansas City. Joe Burrow against Patrick Mahomes. You could say the old wily veteran, but he's not. He's still young. The young Lion against the little bit more mature Lion. Who are you picking and why?
I'm going with Cincy.
I'm going
to stay with my pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Cincy. I think 3 times in a row,
right.
they're going to make
That's
it
a pattern. Yeah,
four.
Four is just a matter.
4 is just a matter.
A matter of just bringing you to the breaking point and then just watch you crumble.
I'm going to go with Cincy.
Right.
I'm going to go with Cincy.
I like that pick. I think I'm going to.
Who you got now? This is concrete.
I know concrete,
you
man.
Said concrete.
I'm a big Andy. I mean, I want Cincy to win. I do. A big part of me says they will win. It's hard for me to go against Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes, oddly enough, before he got a little bit more in him than I think, and I think he feels threatened now by Joe Burrow. They call Burrow head and all that. You know, Patrick Mahomes, you back him into a corner. He got something. You know, I know his dad. You know what I'm saying? So he got something in him. I'm going with Kansas City at home, defending their turf. And it isn't because of Patrick Mahomes. It isn't because of Kelsey. It's because they got that dude, Chris Jones. Because he is a one-man gang. I think he's going to wreck shop.
He better.
He going to wreck shop against that Cincy offensive line. I hope I'm wrong, though. Because I'd like to see Zach Taylor get him a world championship. I want to see
Zach Taylor get him a world championship.
But Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. This is it. Because if Kansas City loses this game, it's over.
You think so?
It's nobody's going to ever – because Kansas City is the team. They're kind of like the bootleg version of the Patriots. The Patriots always were a foregone conclusion to get to the AFC Championship, most likely going to all them Super Bowls, and they were winning. Kansas City the same way. It's kind of like Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. Won a championship, ton of yards, MVPs, all these great players around you. You get home field advantage, and you always seem to choke. You do that. Now look at Green Bay now. People go up in there. Detroit went up in there
and just gave it to
them. Biting knees and everything.
Gave it to them.
So this is it.
You think this is it?
Well, they ain't gonna get rid of either one of them.
I'm not saying,
but I'm talking about the dominance.
The dominance.
Because here's what people. Everybody's watching though. It's not just me and you watching. Every player in the league is watching that they're gonna go to Kansas City. If Joe Burrow and those guys go in there and beat them again, the fear is over. The fear of Patrick Mahomes is over. The fear of that offense is over. So this is bigger than it's hard to say this. This is bigger than the AFC Championship, man. This is about flexing your muscle throughout the whole league. And it's just like when Tom Brady had to go in there and say, listen here, man, I'm just still letting you know I'm that dude. I'm him. Gronkowski, go ahead and win the game for us. They had to do it. Now, I'm thinking Kansas City still got it in them. But if Joe Burrow and them beat them, it's over.
Well,
everything's going through Cincy.
We talked about it yesterday. They hunting that ankle.
Oh, hey.
They're hunting that ankle.
I would pay that fine. You can have my game check.
They coming for that.
I would tell them, you ain't finishing this game.
They're coming for that.
You ain't finishing this game, dog. You have got to go down like Al Davis. The quarterback has got to go down, and he's got to go down hard. You have got to – I got to have you out this game by halftime because I got to be starting to think about my Super Bowl plans in third quarter. You know what I mean? You've got to get him out of here.
So I'm going with Cincy.
I'm going with Kansas City. Next game, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, Purdy, not Chubb, but Purdy, and them 49ers, bang, bang, Niner game. Who you and why?
This one first.
All right, I'll do this. I'm going to take Philly for this simple reason. They're playing at home, and they have an extra pretty much 2 days rest and at home. I think this game is played in the middle of the country at just say Lincoln Stadium or anywhere in the country. I would pick San Francisco. I'm just picking Philly at home.
I'm going with Philly too.
At
home,
and
Jalen Hurts.
Right. And I think Jalen Hurts is a little bit farther along just because he started previous than Purdy, but it wouldn't surprise me if San Francisco.
It would not surprise me either.
Because the only thing that worries me about Jalen Hurts, and it's a little bit with A.J. Brown, where they blew out, obviously the Giants, right? But A.J. Brown wasn't happy with what amount of touches he got. Is that will he try to overfeed A.J. Brown to make him happy? And San Francisco knows it because that this defense, they have not faced a defense of this caliber, and it's different for a quarterback now when you have kind of been able to run ramshot through the league. And then you find some dog. When you look over there and you see Fred Warner, when you used to tuck it and you might be going against Jay Foreman, I could give him some.
You're going to be looking for him.
He going to look you up. And when he hits you, you might be asleep.
Yes.
And then all the other guys, the Greenlaw, all them dudes, they can hunt. And then them safeties make plays and they're disciplined. They know what they like to do. And the way that San Francisco plays defense, they even against a team that in theory can spread them out, they play that. They don't play a deep shell. They play an underneath shell at the second level, and then they play downhill so much. That's why they look so aggressive. But I think Philly's going to win because Lane Johnson's back. They got 2 number 1 receivers, and they're playing at home. Jalen Hurts has a slighter edge as far as experience. I don't think Brock Purdy will lose the game. I think Philly will win the game, but I think this game versus the Kansas City, Cincinnati, I think this game is going to be more exciting and a closer game. This is good. I think this game is going to be more of your old school backyard brawl, and it's going to be chippy because when you look across the line and you see yourself, you know that you ain't backing down, and so it's going to be a physical game.
Fight.
It's going to be a dog fight. We used to call those in the league when we played in Buffalo. These are white knuckle games. You clench up your fist, your knuckle. Yeah,
ashy.
Yeah, it's white. Yeah,
bloody.
Yeah, don't put no lotion on.
Don't put no lotion on.
Because people think I'm crazy when they ask me about when I had prepared to play. I always talk about preparing like Pittsburgh or playing the playoffs. I ain't taking a shower for 2 days.
What?
Oh yeah. If the game's on Sunday, I'll take a shower Friday. I ain't taking no shower Saturday. I ain't taking no shower. I might not even brush my teeth. I ain't putting on no lotion. I'm showing up like a straight up Neanderthal.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's straight up business.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm coming in there. It's straight up. I'm just angry at the world. I know I got body odor, breath probably kicking. You know what I'm saying?
This man said I ain't showering for 48 hours.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's when I'm locking in. Because when I start to lock in, I hate everything and everybody. When you're playing in games like this, because you got to go to a different mindset.
You have to.
Because I don't know about you, Kenny, when you were in the CFL, when you guys start to play bigger games. I remember that being in the first part of my rookie year, and Henry Jones is like, yeah, as we start to get, stuff changes. I'm like, man, dang, this game, I thought we practiced fast at Nebraska. Brothers was moving at warp speed, and I was just catching up, by game 6. He was like, oh, yeah, watch when we get to game 12. I'm like, I can't go no faster, right? And then he's like, when you get to the playoffs, man, I was just, messing around this, specialty, so I was cool. But the way that speed is going in the playoffs, when we used to call it playing for keeps, is different. Did you experience that too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the game speeds up.
Right.
There's more at stake. So you got to be on point.
Right. And that's here. Right.
So you got to be ready.
Right. And so that's why you got to do something different. Now every other game, we come suited and booted. I'm just showing up in jeans, t-shirt. It's on. I don't want no lotion, no nothing. See, the thing is with people out here, before we hit the break. The DBs are known for one thing. They want to look good. They worried about smelling good because they got to have their armbands and all that stuff.
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't, but I'm just saying in general.
In general,
yeah. You know, it'd be 4 feet of snow. They wearing suits into the stadium, earrings and chains and all that. It'd be, hey, we already went out the first group. They still just getting undressed and getting ready.
Pretty boys.
Right.
They don't want to bump it.
Yeah. So we got it. We both picking Philly. Kenny's going with Cincinnati.
Going with the
I'm
Chiefs.
going with Ken, going with the Chiefs.
Picks are in.
We're gonna see what we can do. Concrete picks, man. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever wins, but I'm excited to watch some football, man. Some good football because I think these are the 4 best coached teams, top to bottom. Out of all the teams that went in the playoffs, they've been the most consistent. They've been the most consistent, well coached, and the toughest team.
And
yeah, you got up and coming Brock Purdy, superstar power, upcoming superstar Jalen Hurts that kind of take by storm, and then you got Mahomes, who's
bona fide. Probably he's one of the
faces of the NFL, man, and so they're with him.
Yes,
and so 2 Hall of Famers, a good upcoming potential star, and then a guy that's a phenomenal story that actually is really legit and Purdy.
It's really legit.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
This is what you play football for.
Yes.
This is it right here. This is where you can cement your legacies, and this is what we were able to experience at Nebraska, which enabled us to navigate these type of weekends. And when we played it, professionally, easier than other guys that weren't able to experience it early. So it's a good first segment. We're done with our picks. We're going to talk a little Nebraska basketball, what we saw there against Northwestern. When we come back after break, Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite from the Mercato. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world: St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. It's basketball season, and that means you're fighting cold weather and snow to get to the arena, waiting for lines at the game, and yelling too much at the refs. Trek CBD has a variety of products to help calm me down during the game so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options to calm you down before, during, and after any game. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Trek CBD has it all at 84th and Andrew. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
The Lincoln Stars are on the road next weekend to face the Waterloo Blackhawks and the Des Moines Buccaneers for a road trip through Iowa. Lincoln returns home to the Icebox on February 3rd through 4th to take on the Sioux Falls Stampede and the Sioux City Musketeers. Purchase tickets for both games and you'll receive half price. Head over to LincolnStars.com today to get your seats.
Joint pain can affect your quality of life and even be debilitating. Perhaps you've had trouble walking or even performing activities as simple as sitting down and standing up for years. There is good news thanks to QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics can assist with all types of pain in the knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints, whether due to an underlying chronic condition or a recent or even former accident or sports injury. Call QC Kinetics in Lincoln today at 402-205-4270 or go to qckinetics.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercato by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercato offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercato serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercato today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park, February 21st and 22nd, or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center, March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A windy morning, but by this afternoon, those winds will subside. We'll reach a high of 41 with a mix of sun and clouds. Increasing cloud cover tonight with a low of 27. A high of 30 tomorrow, but that will be during the morning hours as a strong cold front blasts through the area, leading to falling temperatures by the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live back at the Mercato, Certified Piedmontese, 84th and Havelock, where we're having a drawing for the signed Mike Rozier jersey. You want to sign up right there? While Kenny signs that autograph right there, Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite. We're going to talk a little Husker basketball, following the Northwestern. See their thorn in their side, 78-63, an effort. A little too late for this Husker team from the injuries. Two big injuries to Gary and Vandemel. I wouldn't say the call, but the energy. And you know, they're two of the main where I think when Fred right before the season was talking about he wanted to get, put together a better team. Those are two guys that really embody that. Both of them that can create their own points and are active. Gary extremely active on the offense and defensive boards, can guard and switch, at least 1 through 4, get out on the break. And Vandemel is probably one of the best on the ball defenders that they had in the nation. That really clamped, Purdue game where they got hosed essentially at home against Purdue. They were a big part of it. So this is the first game that Nebraska had to, plays, especially without Vandemel being out. There's a small chance that Gary could come back, but obviously he's not back anytime soon. So I think it was a little bit of a shock, right? Where you like, oh man, we not only lost one guy but two, because you can go through that kind of like feel sorry for yourself. But it was the perfect opportunity because Northwestern had COVID complications for like a week.
8 days?
8 days, and they just played 2 days before, so they wasn't in truly game shape.
No. And
it seems to be like Northwestern, against everybody else in the Big Ten, they're not a good shooting team except for against Nebraska. What did you see when you saw or when you watched that game? What was one of the things that really stood out to you?
I just think they got too many open looks.
Right.
I mean, like you said, they lost their key defensive player. But
right.
It's next man up.
Right. It's opportunity. I mean, you're Division I, Power 5 you're at a program like Nebraska. This is an opportunity for you to cement yourself in, because you got to think Vanderbilt only had 1 year. So if you're like Lawrence or somebody like that, you got to think, okay, I'm positioning myself not only to finish the season out strong, but to start next year. And I think we're too far into the season to have the excuse of they don't know or they don't have experience, because the one thing that I will say about this team versus last year's team, you can see the emphasis on defense. So it just didn't stop with the 5 guys that were the starters. Everybody knows what the standard is this year. And what really helped Nebraska, beat Creighton, beat Iowa, beat Ohio State, was the defensive rotations and the energy that they were bringing. So at least what these new guys could have done. And when you're thinking about new starters, you're thinking even with Tamanaga, usually coming off the bench, but really Jamarcus Lawrence is the defensive energy. Now, look, you can't really say anything to them because they had 22 and 12. And the guys that were supposed to be your bell cows didn't show up. So it was the next man up stood up. Now what we need is the guys that were supposed to be standing up to stand up even higher. And, what we need is the Derek Walker and those guys to really step up with them Diggum smacks. You know what I'm saying?
This is his team.
Right.
He's got to get them going. He's
Right.
got to be that guy to get the team going. You always say this is player driven.
Yeah.
So as the leader, he's got to get those guys going.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, Derek Walker been really consistent all year. He's kind of a power forward center. Where he's phenomenal going downhill. I think the offense, even last year, was more efficient running through him. His ability to pass, ability to get to the rim, his ability to be effective against taller players. I would have liked to seen those guys. When you think of, like, when I look at Sam Griesel, who's been really, really good, and D. Walker, you got to think Sam Griesel took 5 shots and D. Walker took 6.
That's not enough.
I'd like both of them to have 10.
10 at least.
Each. 20 shots in between those two.
Yes.
Just because even, the little shots that they took, Sam was 3 of 5 and Derek was 3 of 6. So what I'd like to have seen, just from my perspective, is yes, it's great that Casey he came out on fire. He had 22. And you like to see Jamarcus Lawrence, him playing well, where he was 4 of 8 for 3, 4 of 9 from the field, right? He had 12 points. But I would have liked to give away a few of those points in attempts for them to give it to Sam and D. Walker, because when your bell cows are rolling, then that brings in C.J. Wilcher a little bit more, Wilhelm Bradenbach a little bit more. Then you can get Denham Dawson a little bit going a little bit more as far as getting out on the break. And I think because those two not only control the pace on offense, they control the pace on defense as well. And through their offense, because they're able to gut punch the defense.
Yes.
They're able to get downhill, kick out for open threes, which then raises up their 3-point percentage. Then they're able to get downhill, score, get downhill, dish. So then you're able to slow the game down, because now you can get more offensive rebound chances. So when you think of Tamanaga and you look at Jamarcus Lawrence, they shot 17 threes between both of them. Well, guess what happens? Offensive rebounds are going to be down. More fast break opportunities for the defense for Northwestern. Defensive rotations are going to be a little bit off, because now you're playing chase mode versus now we're attacking mode, and we're kind of can suffocate you down on that side of the court and then go into retreat and recover mode. I think if Nebraska could get back to that, after this, I think they got, but you're going to probably want to get some get back in the sense of you feel like you're out there at Maryland tomorrow at 3:30, a very winnable game, because Maryland's
up and down this year.
So hopefully we're catching down, and this might be a game. Okay, go on the road. You know how it is. Playing the pros, we lost a game at home or just should have won. You get to go on the road and where you can in focus, and you go to a Maryland team that's probably thinking they look horrible against Northwestern in College Park.
Catch them sleeping.
Oh, we can just go out to a couple parties on Friday night, and then catch them sleeping.
We can catch them sleeping.
Yep. And so then if you can do that, then you come back, or then you go on the road again. And I don't know if they come back to Nebraska or just head over to Illinois. They play an Illinois team that's starting to really catch their second win per se, starting to play like they want. But Nebraska always matches up well against Illinois, and even when Illinois was really, really ranked high. So these next two games, if they can go 1-1, I think they'll be right back on track. Because and they're both winnable games, but I think this Maryland game is really, really huge for them. One thing I want to ask you about, in it portable from football to basketball to football, is starting slow.
Can't start.
Can't still. You see it sometimes in football where I always say you're kind of like tiptoeing in the cold water versus like, you know how it is when hey, it's a hot day, we got to jump in there right in the deep end. Why do you think that is with either the basketball team where they sometimes, especially on the road, you got to start fast? You've seen it with Northwestern.
Yes.
And you've seen it with teams that came in here. You start fast. You kind of take the air out of the building. What is it that you see that they can maybe try and do from your experience to start a little bit faster?
I can't put my finger on it.
Right.
It's just something you can't put your finger on. You always say we have to start fast. We have to start fast, whether it's at home or on the road.
Right.
It's, even with football.
Right, yeah.
It happened a lot. And you can't put your finger on it, so you try to do something different.
Right. Practice.
Even like leading up to the game.
Right.
You may take out a period or two pregame.
Right.
Less time on the
field.
Stay in the locker room a little longer. But it's something that if you knew the answer to,
it wouldn't be happening.
It wouldn't be
right.
happening.
Yeah, because the thing is that's funny is that you could change one thing, it works one week, and try to do it the next week, and you back at ground zero. So then it's like all that was for nothing. I think it's more or less it's on the individuals. I just always and trust me, look, we could be on the radio and try to act like we ain't never been sluggish out the gate. We know we have.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. But I do feel like this. I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself, and I can guesstimate for you. Is that we had the mindset enough that we had enough self-reflection. All right, Jay, we need to get it going. Kenny, come on now. Let's get it going. We got to do so. We have a talk with ourselves, or even in the middle of a series. Come on now. You got lucky. Like say like you're a DB and say they overthrew the ball. Right. What people don't understand is I always talk about the sphincter muscle. Right. I'm dead serious, Kenny. You think I'm crazy?
No,
because it's happened to me so many times. I remember playing against Peyton Manning, and they had Marcus Pollard, and I think the other tight end was Dilger. And they were killing fat cats up the middle. And you come out and in the first series, and we're playing at Indy. They run a little bit, make a couple tackles. I always say, man, you really ain't got the ice off your legs yet. Well, he go up the seam on your boy, right? I get a bad read. I'm trying to run it. Eyes bad, feet bad,
the whole line.
You say, oh, you know what?
Oh,
I get on the horse and my head cocked back ready. I see the ball go over, sailed over his head. Started slow, got lucky. Sphincter muscle was this tight because that could have been you on his highlight tape or me giving up a touchdown. But then after that, it just seems like instantly your body goes into, you're warmed up, you're ready to go, and that's what you need. So I think if Nebraska had some more self-reflection, right, self-motivating and stuff like that to where we got to get going. And sometimes you have to like over-talk yourself into doing it, like kind of falsifying energy.
You falsify
right.
Energy. You see that a lot.
Right. You have to do it to get yourself going.
You see it a lot. Though.
Right.
False energy.
Right.
When you have to, but I would put my headphones on.
Right.
Block out everybody.
Yeah.
And get focused.
Right.
And like you said, there's times where they miss a throw and you were beat.
You're right.
And you be like, this can't happen.
It ain't happening no more.
This
right.
can't happen.
Yeah.
It's time to wake up.
Right.
Whether it's an early game or a late game, your mind has to be focused on the task at hand.
This is what I wanted to ask you, man. Since when did time that we played, that Nebraska's playing became a big deal? I don't ever remember even thinking about what time. All I want to know what time is, what time I got to get up, what time I got to go to meetings, and what time the game start. It's on.
I didn't care what time it started. It could be 11 o'clock game,
right.
a noon game, a 1 o'clock game, or a night game. Man, I didn't care.
What is it about players these days that it seems like it's conditional based on when the game's played.
Well, they got an early game. No, it's not tough.
Right.
Go your butt to bed at night. In the morning, be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, the wake up call be if the game's at 11. Let's sleep in.
No.
So I wonder change. What I mean, this is a better question. I remember, and I love Kenny Bell. I remember they were interviewing Kenny about the game time, and he was like, "Oh, our team hate 11 o'clock games and so forth and so." It was like, you lucky enough to play 12 at 12 games.
12 games,
and you worry about what time they are. Because here's what: would you rather be playing a game, or would you be rather running going through this circuit?
Playing a game.
Exactly.
Playing a game.
So I don't care if it's at 7 in the morning. I'm up at 4.
I'm up at 4.
Right. So I wanted to did that ever in staff meetings about what time the game was down there?
A few times.
And I do understand, okay, here's an example. San Francisco going all the way out there. What time they play? That's legit. That's legit. But when you play, or when you within your Big Ten conference, it don't matter what time because you're not going too far.
No, you're going to Rutgers.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to Penn State.
Right.
And if it's an 11 o'clock game, then you try to get it in their heads on Thursday.
Right.
We have to travel there.
Right. It's an early game.
It's an early game.
So everything needs to be shut down.
Needs to be shut down.
Right.
At this time. You start that on Thursday though.
Right.
You don't put it in their heads throughout the week.
Right.
Now it's in their head. But you start on Thursday, hey, we got an early game.
Right.
Start preparing for the game on Thursday night.
So do they still do somewhat beg checks where they call, you call the DBs, make sure they in their house now, or
you have somebody personally knocking on the doors.
Okay, good.
Making sure they're
making sure they ain't
lights
down
out
on
at
Old
10,
Street.
15.
Yeah, kicking it.
Trying
to be at Kaboom and stuff.
Nope.
See, these little young whippersnappers think they can do that and finish out a game. It might help. You might get through one,
but it's going to catch up with you.
Yeah, it's going to catch up to you. And when it bottoms out, you be looking horrible. I always say, if you worried about the hard work of discipline, that pain of regret is serious.
Very serious.
And that's what I think a lot of players either leave Nebraska or they feel after the season. And it's because I don't think they ever really truly sacrificed enough. And sometimes you don't want to have to force them to do it. You'd like them to be so motivated by winning that they do it, man. So that's I always wanted to ask somebody is did that come up in staff meetings? Because I wondered if it came through the staff. Now that I know it doesn't, it's just in the players' head. I think they it's one thing to be finicky, right? You like playing, of course, nobody likes playing in the conditions that they played up in Buffalo where it's slippery. I don't mind playing in cold games. I wouldn't have liked to play defense in that type of game because it's slippery.
It's slippery.
Right?
Offense is that advantage.
It's his offense at a super advantage. But you still got to play. I can understand, right? But the time of day, I would be so excited to play a game and ready to go. I wouldn't care what time it was. And to be honest with you, Kenny, I really like the night games, but I hate waiting.
I hate to wait, but I like the night game.
Right. That's what I am.
Wait
Yeah.
throughout the day just sitting around.
Right.
But then you get to watch other games.
So you don't have to hopefully have the same mistakes or something.
Make the same mistakes.
Or some upsets.
Because
that'll wake you up too. As much as we talked about them plays, if you see a team that you like, oh yeah, we might have to play them in a bowl game or we've got to play them in a couple of weeks and they get taken down to the wire, then your whole pattern is off.
Your whole mindset changes.
Yeah. But that's good though.
It's a good thing because
Yeah.
you get to watch all those games. Then you get to see guys, a DB or some whatever position you play, get beat or something happens. You be like, I can't let that happen tonight.
Right.
That cannot happen tonight.
Do you think one of the biggest differences between, you can't really talk about other teams because you're not on their staff, but let's just say the difference between a team that's been here at Nebraska reaching their potential versus not is that kids don't indulge or engulf themselves into watching football, studying football. Like they love the love of football.
I don't think there's enough kids
right
that love the game of football. Right. The sacrifices you have to make.
Or to go to the next
level.
Right.
Next step.
Past what they did to get here.
Yes.
Right.
I don't think there's enough.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth. A lot of kids, once they get here, they feel like that's enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
They feel like just being here is enough.
And then they want I always say they have champagne taste with beer budget. Beer budget is their effort.
Yeah, they want steak.
Yeah,
but their preparation is
bologna. And not even
fried bologna,
right?
just regular cold bologna.
Right. Yeah, with moldy bread and no mustard.
No mustard.
No mustard, man.
This game, it's time consuming.
It is.
People don't understand how time consuming it is. Not for the student athlete.
Yeah,
so time consuming.
You don't get the regular college experience.
No, you don't.
And people don't understand this about football is you play 12 games a year, but 90% of your time is either practicing or preparing for those 12 games.
Yes.
Or you could even say since it's 12 games, that'd be 88% of your time
is preparing for it.
Whereas you play hockey, you play Major League Baseball, you play 162 games. NBA, you play 82 games. Hockey, you play around that. You know, even if you play all these other sports, basketball, you play way more games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you can play the same game in the off season. So if you're an NBA basketball player, you're playing year round because you can go play, you know, they get those games where, you know, they play in the summer leagues and stuff like that.
But that's just for the rookies and the second year guys.
For the rookies, but, you know, they'll have the like where they play out in LA and they have the
rec basketball. You can go play rec basketball.
Right, anywhere.
But football, you have to be.
I always tell people like this, they ask why, you know, I haven't really got into coaching. Is because number one, the mindset of kids these days, they're not savages. And and they don't want to be brought to savage mode. Most of them don't. Secondly, is there's only one way to play football, the right way.
The right way.
And no matter how you change the rules, you can still play the right way within the confines of the rules. And I think a lot of the teams that are successful in high school, college, and pros, they understand it and just keep going about it. And the teams that always figure it out a different way, always talk about I don't know. Did you have that one class where everybody had a Greek mythology? Did you take Greek mythology? You didn't?
No.
That was a booster. Kenny, the answers to all the tests has been there. I think I went to the class 3 times. That was the first day, the middle of the semester test, and the final. And I got 100%. And the analogy is playing football the right way within the confines is, regardless of how you get there, is take that answer to the test, go in there and get you an A. But the person that fails is the ones that go in there on their own. They have a brain fart and they get 70% and they get beat. Now the statute of limitations of me getting that A is over. My grade, I already got my certificate.
You already got your certificate.
Yeah, you ain't getting it back. You ain't Reggie Bushing me, so it's all good. So but God bless that teacher. He knew, he's like, hey, you in this class? Yeah, I'm here. Give me my A. Anyways, that was a good segment. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back for our last quick segment before the weekend starts. We're going to probably go in there and raid this butcher shop here shortly. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite from the Mercato. Come down here. You got 20 minutes to sign up for the signed Mike Rozier jersey. You guys can get in. It's only good until 20 minutes. We're going to announce the winner in this next segment. Jay Foreman and Kenny Wilhite will be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Every child has the ability to be successful and thrive in life, but sometimes they need your help. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lincoln exists to help children unlock their potential by making meaningful matches between adult volunteers and young people. Right now, there are children just waiting for a mentor to step up and make an impact in their lives. Learn more online at bbbslincoln.org. There are kids right here in Lincoln waiting to get started. Volunteer today and start something big.
The Lincoln Stars are on the road next weekend to face the Waterloo Blackhawks and the Des Moines Buccaneers for a road trip through Iowa. Lincoln returns home to the Icebox on February 3rd through 4th to take on the Sioux Falls Stampede and the Sioux City Musketeers. Purchase tickets for both games and you'll receive half price. Head over to LincolnStars.com today to get your seats.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys high school hoops on Saturday, Lincoln High obliterated Fremont on the road 84-42. Lincoln North Star just got the win over Lincoln Northeast in a tight contest 50-48. Looking at the power rankings through Saturday, not a whole lot has moved up top. In Class A, Bellevue West still sits at number 1 with a record of 15-0. The next closest city school is Lincoln East at 5 with a 9-3 record. Following are Lincoln Pike's 10th at 8th with an 11-5 record, Lincoln Southwest at 9th with a 9-5 record, and Lincoln North Star at 10th with a 9-4 record. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park, February 21st and 22nd, or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center, March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yo, Double G.
It ain't no but old school.
Y'all don't know what y'all doing on with that music, man.
That's Austin back there on the ones and twos, man.
Austin, okay.
Austin ones and twos. We're back. Last segment, quick segment before we head off into the weekend for the next 5 or 6 minutes, and then we will announce the winner of the signed Mike Rozier jersey down here at the Mercato, certified Piedmontese, 84th and Havelock. You got about 13 minutes to get down here to get 6 hamburger patties and 6 for free. Me and Kitty will be on the scene for a little bit longer. But yeah, man, Kenny, I would say it's a slow weekend because there's not a ton of NFL games. But, we got Nebraska basketball trying to make a comeback. And then, we got some NFL action. So as much as the NFL is ending as far as in the regular season, free agency is about to start. I wanted to ask you what you thought about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, what you think they'll do and where you think they'll end up.
This question has been asked all week.
I know.
With
It seems like it's every year,
It's
especially
every
with
year.
Aaron Rodgers.
With Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
it's every year. I think both of those two guys are two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as where they're going to end up,
right?
Who knows what either one of those two guys are thinking?
Especially Aaron Rodgers. Nobody
Aaron
knows what he's
nobody
thinking.
knows what he's thinking. Now I didn't even know that
Right.
guy was. But if I'm them, they've done all they could for the game of football.
Right. You shut it down?
You shut it down.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, you got $60 million, you shutting it down? Guaranteed?
You shut it down. See, that's the difference between, and I try to tell people, people think I'm crazy. I didn't never play the game for money.
Oh, I'm not saying you're playing for money, but you play. He can play the reason why I say he can play an NFL season in his sleep. NFL don't care about you when you're done, man. You might as well get that extra $60 million out of him.
Where's he gonna go?
It don't matter. It's guaranteed. It's either Packers going to pay him or somebody else going to pay him.
So you, as an owner, would you bring Aaron Rodgers to your team?
As if it was it's just him as a player, yeah. Everything else, no. But Aaron Rodgers to the Jets or Indianapolis Colts makes the most sense to me.
But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, do I want to go to the Jets or the Colts? You just said $60 million. Let me rewind that. $60 million, he probably would.
Aaron Rodgers you go to the Jets because you got a top four defense, legit defense.
Okay.
And you go to the Jets because they have a good offensive line. They got a good tight end. They have 3 or 4 good young receivers, and Bryce Hall, the running back from Iowa State, he was probably going to get offensive rookie of the year. So you got to think you got him. You got a legitimate running attack. All they need is a legit quarterback, and it's probably either a 1 or 2 year deal. And with Indianapolis, it's almost the same thing. You'd like to think with a quicker and legitimate quarterback with that offensive line, with the amount of money that they've invested in it, along with some of their receivers, and you would expect them to draft receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Along with their defense, when healthy, is one of the better defense. Maybe not as good as the Jets, but pretty good defense in a division where your biggest competition is Jacksonville. You'd like to think, okay, we can win our division. You know, Houston's not even a threat.
It's not a threat.
Tennessee's on the way down. You're thinking they're on the way down, right? Even though they have Derrick
Henry. Even though they got Derrick Henry?
Yeah, but they don't have an AJ Brown anymore. They don't have a receiver.
You're right.
So, and their deep and Jeffrey Simmons is up for, a new deal. So with that being said, you'd like to think Indianapolis doesn't seem so bad.
Again, back to
or you could go back to Green Bay and just do what you always do.
Green Bay don't want him.
They don't, within their walls, they don't.
Yeah.
But they can't. They signed that deal. He controls his own destiny.
He does.
Tom Brady, I think, will most likely end up with the Raiders.
Really?
He was going to the Raiders before he went there.
And Brady just told somebody off about asking him about
Brady's got some stuff going on. I understand. I know.
We don't want to touch that.
But I think he's going to end up at the Raiders.
Really?
And he's a good fit because here's what Brady's going to do. Here's what Brady brings versus Rodgers. Brady brings stability. He brings leadership. He brings accountability throughout that whole place.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows you how to truly win. See, Aaron Rodgers, there's one thing that was funny. Is Gronkowski was talking about him. Aaron Rodgers is still talking about winning MVPs. Gronkowski said, you should be thinking about winning Super Bowls. Brady's going to go somewhere where he can win a Super Bowl.
He wants to win another Super Bowl.
Right. And do not think that he won't go down to Miami.
With Tyreek Hill?
And Waddle? And
yeah.
And they get that right.
Yeah, he can.
See, Brady's a different approach. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a different. Aaron Rodgers' agenda is
totally different.
Aaron Rodgers has a coach that's going to challenge him and that he really respects. And I don't think he really has that in Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys, I think, that does things for attention. And look, he's holding Green Bay hostage. If you really feel that much admiration for Green Bay, Kenny Mean, for their career, and especially the status of these guys, especially when he knows whether he's playing or not. So either do it or don't. The problem is he has $6 million, so he controls the league pretty much. And he probably has a no trade clause, or he's not going to go somewhere where he don't want to go. So the sooner the better.
To help the team out.
To help the team out and help yourself out. Because what hurt him this year offensively, he wasn't around in the offseason to work with a bunch of young rookies. He shows up, and he's used to Devontae Adams knowing each other like the back of their hand. These guys are coming fresh out of college in the combine without an offseason, and you're nowhere to be found.
So you saying Brady to the Raiders.
Raiders or Dolphins?
Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. Them some weapons.
Gesicki. Raiders got a tight end. Raiders got a good offensive line.
Raiders do have a tight end.
Yeah, and if they could get Jacobs back, and you got Josh McDaniels. See, Brady knows that offense in and out.
That's right.
Because it's a very complex offense.
Both of them need to make a decision. They know what they want to do.
Yeah, well, Brady's going through the process, realistically doing the right thing. Because you've seen as his last press conference said, thanked everybody. Brady will do it. Brady will be timely.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers, we mess around being June talking about Aaron Rodgers. He likes the attention.
Loves it.
Well, speaking of attention, it is time for Kenny Wilhite to go in there and decide and pick out who has won the signed Mike Rozier jersey. We announced it live here. Who we got, Kenny? Dang, that's some chicken scratches.
Man, here. I know the first name is Greg. I can't read that last name.
You got it, Jake? Greg Whiteman. Greg Whiteman.
Oh, you
is that Greg?
No, my man came out thinking he was.
Yeah, he thought it was a foregone conclusion.
Greg.
He didn't know how to run game. I was like, yeah, my name's Greg.
Greg Whiteman.
Greg Whiteman, we got you. We got your number. So you'll either get a phone call or a text. Congratulations.
Signed Mike Rozier.
Signed Mike Rozier jersey. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Old School, we are about to be out. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman. We will talk to you on Monday.
Joint pain can affect your quality of life and even be debilitating. Perhaps you've had trouble walking or even performing activities as simple as sitting down and standing up for years. There is good news thanks to QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics can assist with all types of pain in the knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints, whether due to an underlying chronic condition or a recent or even former accident or sports injury. Call QC Kinetics in Lincoln today at 402-205-4270 or go to qckinetics.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation,